Just doing a quick reaction here to what appears to be a massive upset. This is why we love college football. 3 straight weeks, 3 massive, unbelievable upsets. First, Georgia goes down to South Carolina. Then we get an unbelievable outcome with Wisconsin going down. And now, out of nowhere, Oklahoma on the road against Kansas State. Early reaction here. I think this likely spells the doom of Oklahoma's chances to get in the playoff. It's a bad loss to a team that's already lost 2 games in the Big 12. It's unlikely that there is going to be any way at all for Kansas State to get into the Big 12 title game. So we're not talking about a potential rematch situation where Oklahoma could avenge the loss. Already, Kansas State has lost 2 Big 12 games. You give up 48 points on the road. Way too many points, almost like the 55 that Ohio State gave up to Iowa back in the day. This is a messy, ugly loss for Oklahoma. I think sets the table for Alabama, LSU to both get in, potentially Georgia, if they could run the table, although they're not playing very well right now, maybe Florida. There are a lot of teams in the mix, but this defensive performance, you can't give up over 200 yards rushing. You can't allow a team to dominate you in time of possession like Kansas State did. This is a bad loss for Oklahoma that I think ends the Big 12's chances. Unless Baylor goes 13-0, I think it ends the chances of the Big 12 of getting a playoff team in. By the way, how good did Ohio State look earlier today? Hair's a little bit frizzy in all the rain here in Nashville today. Ohio State with an absolute beatdown of Wisconsin. The Big 10 down to 2 teams that can get in, Ohio State or Penn State. The Big 12 finished. The SEC's got a bunch alive. Obviously, Clemson is the only team that's alive in the ACC. Oregon, we'll see. Unlikely, but we'll see. Oregon still hanging on by a fingernail. And Notre Dame, if they could beat Michigan and maybe get to 11-1, we'll see what ends up happening there. But right now, Oklahoma, devastating loss, tough situation. Bad deal for the Big 12 as well. That onside kick review probably worth $25 million to the Big 12 if they get a team in the playoff versus not. And so right now you have to say, if you're an Alabama fan, if you're an LSU fan, if you're a Georgia fan, if you're a Florida fan, or you're an Auburn fan and you think you can pull off the upset today, the door open in a big way. I think you'd have to favor 2 SEC teams likely to get in to the college football playoff alongside of Clemson, who still has to run the gauntlet, and certainly alongside of Ohio State, who still has to run a pretty good schedule as well, although they looked like the class of the Big Ten today against Wisconsin. All right, love all of you. My name is Clay Travis. Immediate reaction here to Oklahoma's big loss. That's why we love college football. 3 straight weeks, 3 straight huge upsets. 2 weeks ago it was Georgia. Last week it was Wisconsin. This week it was Kansas State. Nobody saw any of them coming. I love all of you. Yes, I've got a little bit of gray in the hair. All natural, baby. I don't wear makeup. I don't dye my hair. I just have great, natural, spectacular hair. All right, I love all of you. Going to go check out the rest of the games. Wanted to react here early on the Oklahoma loss and its overall impact. Kisses, DBAP, unless you need to SBAP.